You guys. Now, you guys helped me. What's the word I'm looking for? You guys helped me so much when I was in Florida and I was going through that situation, and I was like, okay, so am I gonna get a place? I was at the crossroads of, am I gonna get a place here in Florida because I was homeless, I didn't have a place in Florida, or am I gonna come back here and am I gonna save this place and come back here? And ultimately I just decided to come back here because
Hey y'all, it's Destiny, and I don't know if y'all know, but Liv is back in Texas. Of course, there's some type of court date coming up. I don't really know exactly what's happening, but Liv did decide to talk about it on a live stream. And yes, I know she said she was homeless and she was going from place to place and hotel to hotel in Florida. Of course she had her own place in Texas. Did y'all think she was giving that up? She wanted y'all to think that she was homeless, so she can get that money. And then she went right back to Texas in her apartment. It truly surprises me how so many people actually believe what Liv says. So of course Liv did a live stream and she started to talk about a situation. I guess Jerrod is taking her back to court. So let's get into that live.
That night I cried. When I said I slept, we did sleep in the car. We most definitely did. Yes. No, nothing I said to you guys was a lie. That's not what we're coming to talk about, that I lied to you guys. No, I wouldn't lie about nothing like that. The situation in Florida was what it was. And I didn't plan on coming back here. That wasn't my plan. But like I said, we'll talk about it. It broke my heart. I understand. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard, but I was trying to do what I needed to do. I really wanted to finish school. Like, that was the main thing for me. Yeah. And I knew I couldn't go to school here because I don't have help. You know, I don't have help with my kids here. So I went to Florida because I have help there. You know, I had somebody to watch Kailani while I went to school, and I got AJ into a daycare. I'm happy to be back, but you know what? I just want to see my kids. I just want to see my kids. That's it. I want to drive. I don't have my car, but I want to go see them. Did my car break down? No, my car didn't break down. My car is on the way here, but it's not here yet. So I was like, I want to wake up and go see my babies. And I can't because my car is not here. I don't even know if my car will make it, but I'm gonna make it because I want to go see them. Maybe I can go see them tomorrow.
Okay, so of course Liv was homeless in Florida, but she wasn't homeless in Texas. So she said, of course, she wasn't lying. There's no way. She wouldn't lie about something like that. So she decided to stay homeless in Florida and sleep in her car with her children. Can y'all just imagine having a place to live in Texas, but wanting to be homeless? Coming on here and begging everybody for money just so she can go to a hotel, knowing she actually has a place to live.
So let's take it back to, when did I leave? I think I left in May, right? In May? So let me say this. The reason why the reason why it seems like my ex is always in the mix, it's because he is, you guys, obviously, or he always tries to make himself, and that's why he is discussed over here, or he's mentioned, or whatever the case may be.
I don't know what kind of power Jerrod has, but this man is always on Liv's mind.
May, I believe. And this was the plan, because I knew I couldn't go to school here in Texas because I don't have any help here in Texas, right? Okay, cool. And plus, let me say this. I already know the people that I'm dealing with. You guys, I've been going through this situation with my ex and my kids since 2021. So it's been about 4 years now. And I already know the games that are played. And let me say this too. One of the reasons I came to social media and I told you guys that him and I were messing around or whatever is because there's a bunch of reasons, but The lady had already found out.
So if you're wondering who the lady is, obviously that is Jerrod's wife, and her name is Nisha. So Liv wants everybody to believe that her and Jerrod have been messing around since Jerrod has been married to Nisha. Is it true? I don't really know. But if it is true, Jerrod and Liv deserve each other. So Liv is now telling us that Nisha had already found out that they were messing around, and I guess she decided to stay.
That's the thing that y'all don't know. You guys are like, oh, well, you shouldn't have said anything because the lady, she already found out because his ass. He told me that when he came, the last time he came here was when he got off the cruise, and he came here. He wasn't invited. He just invited himself, and he told me then. But he told me like weeks prior. He was like, oh, she's catching on to us. He didn't care. You know what I mean? And if he didn't care, I didn't care. But I should have cared about the kids. I shouldn't even have been in that situation, and I regret that. But whatever. It happened, it happened. But he already had told me that she was catching on. She's catching on to us. And I'm like, okay, and that's your situation. Like, that has nothing to do with me. But I'm telling you, like, in his mind and what he was telling me, not like I cared, but in his mind, he was gonna do whatever he had to do with that whole situation. Whatever, that's his life. I don't care. But anyway, that lady already ended up finding out. Okay, that's why the whole cruise was messed up and whatever. But
does anybody else not like the way Liv tells the story? I wish she could tell a story like this. He said this, I said this, he said this, I said this. Instead of, he knew, I knew, she knew, he knew, they knew. That's not how you tell a story. I want to know exactly what Jerrod said and then what you said to him. And I want to know what he said about Nisha knowing. Because Liv tells it from her perspective instead of just telling what happened. There's no way she can know what Jerrod is thinking. So you have to tell us what he said.
I already knew that since she had known and since he was who he is, that I already knew that all this ish was going to turn out the way that it is. That I'm going to be cut off further from my kids. It's going to go back to all the games being played. And I was just like, you know what? Instead of playing all these games, I need to get like my shit together as far as I need to like get a license in something. I need to further my stuff. Anyway, so I went to Florida to try to do that. That's why I'm about to just handle this situation once and for all. Now, everything that went down in Florida, as far as, you know, me moving, and I was never gonna stay with my sister for that long. I wanted to get a place, you know, like, not a place, but I wanted to like move out and venture on my own. Anyway, I did that. I moved in with the roommate. You guys knew what happened from there. But the roommate situation was fine. Here's the thing with this apartment. I didn't want to keep this apartment. Okay, I was done. When Olivia's done, she's done. And I just felt like I can't get shit done here because I need the help that I need. And plus, I don't want to play these games. I don't want to go back and forth with this man because it seems like whenever I'm here in Texas, it always turns into that type of situation where him and I are doing shit that we have no business doing, or he's knocking on, he's somehow, whether it's bad or good or whatever, well, it's always bad, but somehow the man always ends up knocking at my door, okay?
Now, if you're wondering why the story is all over the place, well, Liv was having to yell at the children and move around and try to get them away from her so that she can tell this story. So that's why she's jumping all over the place. And of course, I'm cutting out when she's yelling at the children or telling them to do things. I just want to know the story.
Listen, we're not gonna say the obvious. Don't say nothing like that. It's not like that. I don't care about that type. Look, that man does not want anybody, okay? I have come to the conclusion he is just, there is something else that operates that person. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. I have the luxury of not having to deal with it anymore, okay? So putting myself back in that situation to deal with a person like that is foolish.
Is this Liv actually taking a little bit of accountability? Yes, Liv, is very foolish of you. Deciding to sleep with a man who is married and is supposedly harming your children physically? I would definitely think that's a foolish person. But of course, Liv really thinks that it's all Jerrod's fault.
Anyway, I didn't want to keep this place, okay? Mommy. By the grace of Stella, okay?
Mommy.
What?
I just called it another
Mother was so right. And look at, the reason why I agreed to keep this place, because my kids, my 3 babies that are here, you know? And it's like, keep the place, you know, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, when I thought I lost the place, I didn't know how I was gonna keep paying for this place at one point. I was like, I'm gonna lose everything and everything inside of this place because I had no way to pay for it. I'm not gonna get into like who's been paying. For the most part, you guys already know. But
okay, now this part confused me. Is she talking about she thought she was going to lose the place that she's sitting in right now, or is she talking about losing a place that she had in Florida? And then she said she didn't know how she was going to pay for it. What do you mean? Just use your YouTube check. But I guess she wants to make it seem like somebody else is paying all of her bills once again. But honestly, I think it's Stella.
you guys, all of my supporters, you guys helped me save this place. You guys. It doesn't work. You guys. Now, you guys helped me. What's the word I'm looking for? You guys helped me with so much when I was in Florida and I was going through that situation, and I was like, okay, so am I gonna get a place? I was at the crossroads of, am I gonna get a place here in Florida because I was homeless, I didn't have a place in Florida, or am I gonna come back here and am I gonna save this place and come back here? And ultimately, I just decided to come back here because...
Okay, so I guess her with this homeless scam, she was getting all this Cashapp money. That's what helped save the place that she's living in right now. So instead of telling her supporters, hey, I'm about to lose the place that I have in Texas, I need some money, she decides to do this homeless scheme to get as much money as she can so that she can save the place that she's in today. Regardless, she lied.
Anyway, like I was saying, I decided to keep this place. I decided to... Because, look, if I didn't, I was going to lose everything in this place. I very much was going to. And I wouldn't have a place out here. And I wasn't ready to completely... Look, here's the thing. I have to get with my oldest daughter. When I get with my oldest daughter, I'm going to ask her. I'm going to say, Robin... No, I'm not going to get into what I'm going to say. I'm gonna talk with my oldest daughter about me being in Texas. Because I don't want to be here. You guys know how I feel about it. But... Hey, I want to do what my kids want me to do. I want to do what they want. If they want me here, if they need me here, I want to be here for them.
Okay, so another confusing thing is the fact that she moved out of that place, supposedly, wasn't planning on going back. She still had all those decorations and stuff up. She's got the pictures on the wall that the children drew. Her furniture, everything was still there. It doesn't look like she moved out at all.
I know that my kids love me. My kids are the only people who matter in this situation. The only people who matter. And I feel like he constantly, and if you guys don't see that, then you guys just don't understand what's going on here. He constantly wants to make it about him and I. Constantly. Even this last thing that he just filed, once again, this is about him and I. I'm not about to play this game anymore. So, with that being said, for the longest time, this whole situation, the court situation, all of this was really hard for me to confront. Extremely hard for me to confront, because who wants to deal with strangers telling you how to handle your children?
As crazy as this is about to sound, I actually understand why Liv feels this way. I get it. You see, years ago, Jerrod got on live and told us that Stella, Liv's mother, is terrified of her. He said that's why Stella does whatever Liv wants her to do, because she's afraid. So this is why Liv doesn't respect authority. The people that are supposed to be in authority over her, they're terrified of her and allow her to do whatever she wants. And they do whatever she wants. So now when she's in a situation where she has all of these different people, lawyers, judges, everybody telling her what she can and can't do, that's going to be hard for her. So Stella, being the mother that she was and is, which is the person that is afraid of Liv and allows her to do whatever, it's kind of created this. This is why Liv doesn't believe in doing what anybody told her to do. She never had to. This woman dropped out of school. Was her mother there telling her, no, you better go? Clearly not. Liv has been able to do what she wants to do, and that's how she was raised. So living in the real world where you don't always get your way, it's going to be very hard for Liv.
Where your children go, who your children live with. These children came from my body, and I felt like women, mothers, I felt like people should have had my back. I feel like, I know I have a lot of supporters, but to see the hatred that I got behind all this, and I'm like, but y'all are mothers. Y'all understand. Y'all should understand. People are like, oh, you just want the control, and you just, who doesn't want control? Who doesn't want control over their kids? Who doesn't want that? What mother doesn't want control over her children? Those are her children. I'm wrong? I'm wrong for wanting control over my children? They're my children. It's not like I came into other people's situation and wanted control of their children. They're my kids.
And as you can see, Liv definitely has a control problem. When she feels like she's not in control, everything is a problem. She believes she needs to control everything. She wants to even control her children. So it doesn't matter if they want to see their father, spend time with him, do anything with him. She wants to be in control. She believes since she birthed these children into the world, they belong to her. They're her property, if you will. So Liv believes nobody can tell her what to do with her property. And it just goes back to how she was raised. She was the one in control. Her mother clearly couldn't tell her anything.
Last little tactic of him trying to revoke my supervision. Revoke it. That's fine. I'm going to confront this full on, and I'm going to handle this person the way that he needs to be handled. I was a participant, but I wasn't the person like jumping on him, jumping his bones. No, he jumped my bones, okay? And that's just the way that it went. Was it right? No. Was it disgusting? Yes. Do I regret it? 100%. But it happened. So anyway, that's over and done. But everything is always, I'm to blame. I'm to blame, I'm to blame, I'm to blame. Everything is my fault. Okay, cool. That's fine. Like, that's totally fine. But I know I have to just like full force handle the situation, and that's all I'm gonna do. I don't care. If Robin sat with him today and said, I want to live with my mom, he would tell her, no, too bad. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anybody's feelings, and that's just the way it goes. It's not right, but...
So did y'all see the contradiction here? At first she's saying she needs to be in control of her children. But then she also said that if Robin went to her father and said that she wanted to live with her mom, her father would say no. So since Liv wants to be in control, if any of the children said that they want to live with their father, wouldn't she also say no? Remember, she has to be in control. So she's actually telling everybody that Jerrod is doing the right thing by not allowing the children to choose who they want to live with. Correct? Because he's the parent. He's supposed to be in control, right? But maybe it only applies to Liv.
I'm done with the games. I called my kids like a week or... I did. I went 2 months without calling my kids because I already knew the games, okay? Understand, ladies, if it was you and somebody was dangling your kids in front of you, playing with you about your children, you guys probably would have been locked up already on the first 48 or whatever the case may be. I have held myself together in a way that I can't even believe. I'm shocked about the way I've held myself together through all of the freaking games that have been played, okay, about me and mines. So, at some point, you get to the point where you're just like, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. And I was at that point, like, I did get played. I felt so drained by May. Dealing with this man, I felt like literally drained. Like I couldn't deal with it anymore because there will be a time and a place where I show you guys everything out of that situation. I can't do it right now because I have to consult with a lawyer.
You know, there was a time when Liv told us that Jerrod assaulted her at a police station, and she said it was recorded on the cameras, and she told us that she would show us. I'm still waiting for the proof of that.
How to do that and when to do that and if I can do that and everything, because I want to do it in a certain type of way and I don't want it to jeopardize anything that I could use in court. Yes, okay. Even with the child support, I know so many men that have custody of their kids and don't ask the mother for child support. I know so many men, like so many men. My stepfather being one of those men. My stepfather had full custody, full, not 50-50, not primary. He had full custody of his daughter because the mother didn't want custody. She literally didn't want it. And he raised my stepsister, his daughter, 100% on his own, and he never asked the mother for a dime because he just wasn't that type of man. This man 100,000% used the custody, used the child support as a weapon against me so he can do exactly what he just did. While we were messing around, he was trying to take the child support off of me.
You know what's interesting? Liv gets on here and goes live with her in the shower. You mean to tell me you don't have any of these conversations with you and Jerrod somewhere? Where's the video of him telling you he wants to take child support off of you? Liv could easily get on 2 of her 4 phones and text herself, making it seem like it was Jerrod. But she could easily start recording, like she always does, and show us that Jerrod is there and he's telling her he doesn't want her to have to pay child support. And another thing, if he was trying to take her off child support, why would she go expose that they're together? The whole time that they were supposedly still sleeping together, Liv was on here constantly talking bad about him.
Because he doesn't, number one, he doesn't need it. He's told the court, like literally we sat in court and he told the judge that he doesn't need my money. He literally said that to the judge. So while we were messing around, he made phone calls to the probation and he was trying to take me off of child support. And he was giving me money. Stop it.
Okay, so he was trying to take her off child support and he was giving her money. So question, is Jerrod the one that was helping her pay her bills? She kept claiming that some random man somewhere that never went to see her ever was paying off her bills. And another thing, if he was giving you money, why didn't you use that money to pay the child support?
So now, this was, I guess, this is the last thing he could do to me. Stop. And then people turned it around. Once again, manipulation. Oh, you don't want to do anything for your kids, you deadbeat. Blah, 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 blah. When have I ever not wanted to do anything for my kids?
Well, all the times that they have participated in extracurricular activities and you've been there one time for one child. All the times they had award ceremonies and you've been there one time for one child. There were plenty of times she didn't want to do for the children because she thought it was helping Jerrod, like paying child support. And let me know down in the comment section, do you remember any other times where Liv didn't want to do for her children? Give her some examples because I think she forgot.
And the thing is like while we were dealing with each other, like he was like, I'm gonna give you money so you could take the kids out this week. Like when I would get the kids on the weekends. So like it's so serious to the point where he understands that I don't have money for the child support. He doesn't want it. I know since he has it, he's gonna use it, and it's okay. It's okay. But like I said, I'm not gonna bash. I understand 100% what's going on here. It is what it is. He's mad because I came and I blasted him. But like I said, I didn't blast him. I was really hurt in May because I'm trying to explain this to you guys, but I really can't. But it's like, you guys, I can never just get up on my feet and try my best. I'm gonna cry because all I want to do is be the best mom for my kids. I don't care about that person. I don't want anything to do with him.
I think Liv's crying is fake. She always seems to cry at the right moment. She knows what her supporters need to see to give her that money. Or to just feel bad for her.
He has shown me time and time again that he wouldn't care if I was in my grave. I mean nothing to him. And I don't even mean that like I need to mean something to him because he's supposed to be with me. No. I'm supposed to mean something to you because those are my kids. I'm the mother of those kids. You're supposed to have at least some common decency, like regard for me, but he doesn't. If I were to die tomorrow, he would be like, good. Now you can really be their mom. Like he's that demented. He has zero respect for the fact that I'm their mom. He has zero respect for me in any aspect.
Okay, so is Liv sad because Jerrod doesn't care about her? I feel like that's something we all knew. But when you think about it, Jerrod was the one helping Liv see the children when she refused to pick them up like she was supposed to. Her court order told her to pick the children up on Thursdays from school. She complained and said she couldn't do it, so Jerrod was taking her the children on Friday. Jerrod just continued to try to help her out to see the children, speak to the children, but it was her acting like she didn't care. It's a very interesting situation, actually.
But anyway, I'm going to handle this situation the best way I know how, and that's to face it 100%. I need to get a lawyer. I need to give the lawyer everything that I have, and I need to, once again, fight him in court. Why he wants to keep fighting me in court? Because according to him, this is what I'm saying, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I swear to you, and that's how I've always explained him. He literally has two faces. Get down. He literally has two faces. He has a face right here and a face right here. Because when I was speaking to him during those months, he told me he didn't want to keep going through the courts. He doesn't want to keep going through the courts. He doesn't want to go by the court order. This is what he said out of his mouth. And it's like, and you guys are probably like, well, girl, Kailani, get down. I know what you guys are going to say. Well, girl, he was playing you. He was trying to get in your pants, blah, 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 blah. But he was already getting in my pants, so he didn't have to say all that. There's no reason to lie. And that's what I've always said to him. There's no reason to lie. Just keep it a buck. But anyway, like I said, trying to understand him is like trying to understand, I don't know, girl. the bug in the corner or something. Like, it's not gonna happen. We're not gonna get any understanding of a person like that, other than everything is to hurt me. That's the main goal.
Let me know in the comment section, do you think Jerrod actually did sleep with Liv?
Like I said, let me get my groceries. I think they're here. I started back calling my kids because, of course, I want to see them. Duh, they're my babies. So I started calling my kids back, and I had my freaking door. And now that's the problem. But wait, it was a problem that I went months, and I'm a deadbeat, and I'm a horrible mother, and I blah 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 blah. But then when I start calling back, now it's a problem, and now you have to try to get the people on me because you don't want me around. Like I said, it's all a mind F. It's all a mind F. I'll show you guys the text messages. I mean, the messages. Regardless of anything, I'm really happy that I kept this apartment. I'm happy. Shout out to my mom once again, because of her, I kept this place, and I'm just so happy.
So I guess Stella was telling Liv to keep that place in Texas, even though she was moving to Florida. One thing I'm still not understanding is how Liv could become homeless in a state that her sister lives in. They act like they're best friends. How could Raquel look at Liv and see what's going on and say, oh well, she'll have to figure it out? She didn't care about her niece and nephew sleeping in the car. The whole situation doesn't make sense to me.
Because no matter how much I try to understand this, when I say I want to move on, it's not like I want to move on from my kids. I don't mean I want to move on from my 3 babies. I want to move on from this situation so I can excel in life. So I can not, my whole life is not going to revolve around him, that lady, a court order. And no, like, I'm not going to keep living like this. So when I say a girl just wants to move on, and that's what I've been trying to do, is live my life and move on and be happy, because believe it or not, you guys, this situation is so much stress. It's so stressful. And it carries on into my personal life, how I treat other people, how this, how that. Like, if I go one day and I call my kids and he doesn't let me speak to them, I'm literally depressed for like the following 2 days. And I was thinking to myself, I cannot keep living like that. That's not healthy. Like, to constantly be in depression, in the state of depression, it's not healthy. It's not right.
The fact that Liv is telling us that she wants to be in control of her children tells me everything I need to know. I wonder what those phone calls look like. I wonder what she's saying to the children. I wonder if she's even calling on the days she's supposed to, or the times she's supposed to. We have to remember Liv told us that she wants to be in control, regardless, because she's the mother. No telling what she's saying over the phone.
So, me going to Florida, I was really just trying to, and I have to be healthy in the mind for these babies as well. Like, I can't be frustrated and upset and sad, and I can't constantly be living like that. Uh-oh. But no, it's fine. I'm just gonna I'm gonna handle it how I need to handle it, and that's just all there's gonna be to it. I'm not arguing. I'm not fighting. I'm not cussing people out. I'm not doing any of that. Like I said, I'm gonna have a conversation with my daughter, and as you guys know, my daughter is gonna be 12 years old, and regardless of what people say about me, my kids love me. And that's all that matters. And if my baby's like, mommy, stay, fight for me, please don't give up, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
So Liv is putting the burden of this choice on her children. Instead of being the adult and choosing what she's going to do, she's going to make the children choose. Essentially choosing between their father and her. And this is what a good mother is to Liv. Putting adult responsibilities on children.
Exactly what I'm gonna do.
Hey, Mommy, I want
And that's just all there is to it. And with everything that's been said and done, somebody is actually coming here, and yeah, we're gonna. Hey, I'm not gonna say too much. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna have help soon. Okay, I'm gonna have some help. I'm gonna have somebody in my corner that's here, and yeah. So that's a good thing, and that's what I've been doing. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. What do you?
Let me know in the comment section. Who do you think is going to Texas to help Liv out? Is it another random man? Is it Stella? Is it somebody else? Let me know in the comment section who you think it is. Next, it's always about control when it comes to Liv. This whole situation is something that she needs to be in control of.
Literally cannot. I have to figure out another way to deal with these people because unfortunately, I let somebody like him have control of this situation because I was so weak in the beginning. I was so weak and I was with that mindset of he would never do this to me. He would never do that to me. He would never do that to me. Girl, yes. They will do that to you. Well, and the thing about it is, a lot of men will not put a woman and her kids through this. A lot of men won't. A lot of men will just take the shitty end of the stick, which is child support and not having their kids and, not having their kids all the time. Because men understand that kids need to be with their mother. Men understand that. But he does not understand that. And like I told you guys before, it's a perfect storm of how he was brought up and how he was done by his own mom and blah, 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 blah. And I should have known better. I should have seen the red flags and I should have understood what I was dealing with. But I didn't. So that's my fault.
Once again, it sounds like Liv is taking some of the blame here. But is she really?
I called on Friday. He said, call the lady's phone if I want to talk to my kids. In the past, I've been stubborn because any woman would who wants to call that type of woman to talk to you. I shouldn't have to, but you know what? This new way of thinking of putting my kids 100% first, none of that shit matters. I'll call Satan himself to speak to my kids. Also, I'll call whoever I need to call to speak to my kids. So he said, call that lady's phone. And I know he does that type of shit to upset me. But I was like, okay, fine. I'll call her phone. What's her number?
Now, Liv loves to say that Nisha is that type of woman, right? She wants to make it seem like Nisha was the other woman and Jerrod was really with her, but cheating with Nisha. But didn't Liv just do the same thing? She did exactly what she claimed Nisha did. You slept with her husband, Liv.
I said, okay, cool. What's the number? No response. No response. And he spilled the cereal. Yeah, there was no response on Friday. So, okay, cool. I have to wait till Monday to speak to my kids. I call in Monday. They're in practice. They're not available to speak. They're all in practice. I said, okay, fine. When is a good time to call back so I can speak to them? I have to call back Wednesday. Which that's not in the court order. I have my time.
One thing Liv is going to do, she's going to make it seem like Jerrod is not following the court order. But if that's true, why hasn't she gone back to court to do something about it? Instead of buying herself all these clothes and this jewelry and getting her lips done and her hair and all these things, right? Take the money, go to court, and let them know that he's not following the order. But the thing is, she can't do that because she's not following it either. She wants to complain of car troubles, and that's why she can't pick her children up, like the court told her to do. So she can't complain that Jerrod isn't following the court order because neither one of them are, if that's the case.
And you have to make time for me to speak to my kids, not whenever you think is right for me to talk to them. I'm supposed to be able to talk to them. And this is what I was trying to avoid. Playing these games. So yeah.
Let's be real. Liv loves the games. That's why she's smiling. She loves Jerrod. She will never get over this man. Jerrod is probably the first thing she thinks about in the morning and the last thing she thinks about before she goes to bed at night. She's obsessed. And if you think about it, it didn't even matter if she had the children in her custody. She was still only talking about this man. This woman was pregnant with other men's babies and still obsessing over Jerrod. I don't know what Jerrod did to this woman, or what he's still doing, I guess. But this is insane. But y'all gotta let me know what you think about this situation. What do you think about Liv exposing her homeless scam? Why do you think she said she didn't lie? And why do you think people actually believe anything that she has to say? Just let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will definitely see you in the next one.